So, you know that feeling, right? Like right before a huge challenge, maybe graduation or starting a new job, even just,
Yeah.
facing something you feel, well, not totally ready for.
Oh, absolutely. That little voice kicks in, doesn't it?
Yeah. The one that whispers, hang on, I don't actually know everything I'm supposed to.
It's that gap, I
Yeah.
think, between what you learned, maybe in theory, and then messy reality. It makes you doubt if you're actually prepared.
Exactly. And well, today we're diving into a source that hits that feeling in a really kind of unexpected way.
Yeah.
We've got this story here. It's called Princess Penny's Graduation Challenges.
A princess, huh?
Yeah, it sounds maybe a bit light, but it's this really charming look at a princess facing her, like final exams at Royal Academy. And honestly, it had some surprisingly sharp insights into that whole fear of not being quite good enough when things get real.
Interesting. So a simple setup for maybe a deeper lesson on what ready actually means, for like what qualified means in the real world.
Right. So that's kind of our mission for this deep dive. What can this fairy tale actually tell you about facing your own big challenges?
What nuggets we can pull out.
Yeah. What useful bits about tests, mistakes, and, getting things done can we find in Princess Penny's world? Let's get into it.
Okay, so the story starts, and Penny is, well, she's panicking a bit before graduation,
Totally.
listing all the things she hasn't quite mastered. Dragon riding, balancing a budget, and folding a fitted sheet.
Ah, the fitted sheet. We've all been there, right? That symbol of just everyday annoying complexity.
Definitely relatable. But then her unicorn roommate, Glitterhoof, just kind of cuts through it.
Yeah, what does Glitterhoof say?
Something like, I have to.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Just
Yeah.
remember, today's about showing what you've learned, not what you perfect.
Ooh, that's good. That's really key, isn't it?
Right away, it reframes the whole thing. Success isn't being flawless. It's showing you get it, showing you've grown, especially under pressure. It sets the stage.
And then Penny immediately trips, like face first into a fruit tart.
Huh? Yes. A very quick, very messy lesson right there.
Sometimes learning involves just, showing up and making a sticky mess.
Which leads into the actual graduation challenges from the Queen Headmistress. Dragon diplomacy, practical princess math, and life skills.
Notice the words there, practical and skills, not theory or perfection.
Exactly. So first up, dragon diplomacy. With this dragon, Kevin.
Kevin the dragon, who seems pretty set on burning Penny Sash.
Right. And she doesn't, try to dominate him or pull out some ancient dragon lore.
No, she negotiates with marshmallows and like a fireproof bib.
And that's where the insight gets deeper, I think. The test wasn't about the official way to deal with dragons, was it?
Not at all. It wasn't about riding or fighting.
It was about the practical thing.
Yeah.
Solving the immediate conflict. It shows that often the skills you actually need aren't the big flashy ones. They're things like, well, negotiation, adaptability.
Precisely. Then comes practical princess math, balancing a budget.
And she's apparently counting on her fingers. Not very elegant.
Definitely not. But she gets the answer right.
And the source really emphasizes that the method didn't matter as much. What mattered was showing she understood the core idea of budgeting. Functional competence, right?
Yeah.
Even if the form wasn't perfect, it's about the result that works.
And then the grand finale. The fitted sheet.
Oh, the description is just chaos.
Yeah.
Wrestling it, flopping around.
Ends up stuffing it into what's called a neatish ball. Love that.
It's like the perfect picture of just trying your best with something genuinely tricky.
And the headmistress's reaction.
Close enough.
Close enough.
And that, I think, is maybe the most powerful bit. It's not saying standards don't matter,
No, not at all.
but it is saying that in the real world, for practical tasks, getting it done functionally often matters more than theoretical perfection. The sheet didn't need perfect corners. It just needed to be, basically folded and put away.
Manageable. Yeah.
Recognizing when close enough is actually good enough, that can be a huge skill. Helps you get past being stuck and actually finish things.
It brings it all back to Glitterhoof's advice at the start and that initial anxiety Penny had. She wasn't perfect, not at dragon stuff, not at budget presentation, and definitely not at folding linen.
Not even close on the sheet.
Right. But what she did show was effort, some creative problem solving. She understood the point of each task, and she didn't let being imperfect stop her from trying.
And that, the story seems to say, is what being ready really looks like. Graduation, or hitting any big goal, it's celebrating that messy, functional journey of learning and adapting. not just ticking off boxes of perfect knowledge.
It's almost like permission to be imperfectly competent.
Exactly.
So thinking about this quirky little story, what does it tell you about tackling your own challenges? Whether they feel huge, like dragon diplomacy, or, just annoying like a fitted sheet.
Well, this dive into Penny's world, it kind of suggests that being capable isn't really about knowing everything perfectly before you start.
Right. It's more about
Showing up, maybe, trying things, even if they get messy. Learning as you go, focusing on what actually works.
and maybe finding the humor in it too, like the neatish ball.
Yeah, definitely. It challenges that whole idea that competence has to be flawless. Often, just being able to get things done reasonably well, learning when you stumble, and like adjusting your approach, that's the most valuable stuff.
So here's something to think about. If tackling your goals, royal or every day, is really about the effort, being adaptable and being willing to laugh at those neatish ball moments,
Yeah.
how might that change how you look at the next big thing coming your way?